First place showdown here in Westshore. The 5-1 Westshore Rebels hosting the 6-0 Okanagna Sun. Ryan Waters, Jason Casey along for the play-by-play at 7 o'clock on AM 1150. Coach, boy, this is the first place showdown. It kind of feels like week 3 all over again.
It does, and also it almost feels like it's going into week 11 with what's happening, right? You see all the stuff online, and you're talking to the coaches and the players, and both sides know, it's a first place game, but they're all trying to kind of lessen the mood. I think they want to just treat it like it's a regular game, but everybody knows it's not. It's a very important game, and especially for the Sun when they're bringing in the Hilltops next week. So this is really, really big for the Sun.
The game within the game is their running attack against the Okanagna Sun defense. Do you see that?
I do, and really, I think any of the fans that have been watching the Sun season, they didn't see that in week 3 when the Rebels came to Kelowna. They just didn't establish the run game as much as we thought. We didn't see Lyles as much as we thought. Now, be it the Sun executing their game plan or the Rebels got away from theirs, and then they also didn't play their backup Campbell as much either. That's a really potent 1-2 punch if you look at the running styles and the stats those two guys can put up. So if we see that today on the field, the Sun defense, the front 7 may be in for a long afternoon.
A former head coach, would you do that if you had Lyles and Campbell?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'd run it down your throat until you stopped it. I would run the ball. If we had 80 plays, I'd run the ball 80 times. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Coming off a bye week, a huge game. Does the bye hurt you or help you? You have momentum. You're 6-0 going into the bye week. Does it hurt you or help you?
It could be 6-1, half dozen of another. I think it all depends on the practice that you had coming out. And when you talk to both head coaches and the DCs and OCs, they equally say they had a great week. The players were focused. They were well rested. They understand what the objective is at the end of tonight. So based on that, just on paper, everybody's saying the bye week was fantastic and we're ready for it. We'll see if one lags behind the other on the field, but all intents and purposes, it should have helped both teams.
And the travel, the Okanagna Sun, they get up, they got to get on the bus, 6 o'clock in the morning, 4-hour bus ride, then the ferry, hour and a half, then get to the stadium. Does that factor in?
It shouldn't. Most of these guys have been in sports where you're doing that. Some guys have hockey backgrounds, baseball, football, basketball. I mean, they've all played multiple sports where you do have to sometimes jump on a bus and travel. Yeah, it might be a little inconvenient when you got to come all the way to the island. That being said, they're well-conditioned athletes. They got to the hotel early enough where they could have a stretch, a nap, a shower, whatever they have to do, have a light meal before the game. So at this age, it shouldn't play a factor.
It may affect the broadcasters more than it affects the
True
player.
enough, yeah.
Kickoff at 7 o'clock. We'll have the pregame on AM 1150 at 6:30.